First of all, one of the things that people have got to accept, and it doesn't happen around here, and that is we don't have an income problem. We've got a spending problem. There is no money. All the money in the world wouldn't get us to where you are able to solve every problem that comes down the pike and that people want to resolve. The president is urging that somebody's not paying their fair share. Now, I wish he would hang more details on it. I wish some media person would ask him, identify these groups for us, please. I think he's trying to create a national dialogue as to who is or who isn't paying their fair share. I think that might be appropriate. I think when the American people started on this and they took the numbers and said, okay, if you take the first half of income earners from the lowest to the median, they're paying 0% in taxes. The top 10% is paying 70% of all the money that the government takes in. So let's have a dialogue as to which of those two groups is paying their fair share. There are some very good sociological reasons why the upper income pays more than the lower income, and I don't think anyone is going to argue with that. But there's only so much you can do, and I'm not here defending the rich. The rich take care of themselves. They can move their capital wherever they want to move it to, and indeed we all know that the good deal of it is moved offshore. There's $2 trillion offshore right now that American businesses want to bring back, but they won't bring it back because there's a war on capital here in this country with the government trying to take the capital. We need to have a national dialogue about that, and we need to land in the middle someplace. Again, no one is going to defend the rich. They don't have to. The rich can take care of themselves. But the fact is, we've got to come to the conclusion at some point that the resources of the American people are finite, be it the rich, be it the poor, be it the middle class. Their ability to pay for government is finite. And there's a point at which you've got to say, wait, instead of saying we're going to bring in more, we've got to say we're going to have to prioritize the money that we have and how we're going to spend it. And I think it's that way that we get out of this situation, is having an acceptance that there is a finite amount of money. It's really too easy for us to borrow money. We've seen that in our own lives. We've seen friends of ours who have gone down to the bank and borrowed money, and if the money is too easy to borrow, they get into trouble, and they get into trouble relatively quickly. Well, we've gotten into trouble because it is so easy for us to borrow. People still want to loan us money. People are still loaning us money every day. They lend us billions and billions. And indeed, if they didn't, we would be out of business. So it's time for this national dialogue on where we're going to go. And as I said, the only way this is going to resolve is if we compromise. And instead of talking about compromise about how much more we're going to spend, we need to do something we haven't done since World War II, and that is compromise.
Time has expired.
On how much we're going to cut. Thank you very much, Mr. President.